Hello, it's Mary Lou here, and I have a new journal to share with you. I've been working on this, trying to get ready for Christmas and do this, but so it's kind of done in the, it's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve, so almost Christmas Eve. So anyway, I'm hoping that you will stick around anyway and watch my journal video. It's called Adore Him. I'm calling it a faith journal because, and not a prayer journal, because in my prayer journals I usually put an awful lot of scripture. This one has some scriptures, but mostly I've just allowed it to be whatever you want it to be. I left lots of journaling space so that you could not only journal, but perhaps about your Christmas or and about your family, and I've left room for photos as well. So let me just tell you that all the information about it will be down below in the Show More area. Just click on that and go down and read that first, or pause the video now and go read that first so you'll know what you need to know, or just keep watching. You decide. It is 7.5 by 5.5. I'll tell you that it is 2.5 wide. There's the back. The spine is 2.5 wide. It has 4 signatures and 112 pages. The cover is a shong sheet. There's some tea-dyed cheesecloth back here that's all frayed and aged. There's some lace across here that I have sprayed with Lindy's, a gold-colored Lindy's spray. I also did it here. So it's splotchy. It's glittery everywhere, but the deep gold is splotchy, so I was trying to give it that aged look because it was just awfully white. The image is, of course, of Mary and child, baby Jesus. I again did some gold embossing with embossing powder. I think you can see that even in this. It's late here at night, so there's a ribbon here, and then this is a flower, and it had white beads, so I colored it with my Copic marker. So let's go in. Without further ado, there is lace on the first and last page of each of the 4 signatures, and of course on the spine, here and on the other one. Okay, so here's the first cover, or the inside of the front cover and the first page. There's a scripture here, and there's a page with a pocket. Now, I used 3 of ScreechOwlStudion Yvonne's kits. One's called Let It Snow, the other one's called Mistletoe Memories, and then she has a vintage Christmas paper pack out. So I took all of those and put them together and came up with this. This is also a page from Artie Mays. I used this one-liner because I wanted more poinsettias. Okay, let's show you what's in the pocket. And if you can see, there's Wink of Stella. I also did the gold on the edges, but I'll talk about that down below. So here's a tag and a card from the kit. I did some printing on parchment paper. Here's a vellum envelope, and inside is This Journal Belongs To, and a card. There's a lot of vintage Christmas cards and such like that in here. Such things like that. Anyway, there's lace here. There's a Silent Night, a song sheet, and it's printed on parchment paper. So it's parchment, in case you don't know, it's from Southworth, is really great to write on. Okay, here's a lined page, and this is some paper from my stash. And there's a curled paper clip with some ribbon on it, and it says Joy to the World, and it opens up, and so there's a kind of a secret place to write in there. But it's not a pocket, so, well, I just put my finger, I will glue that back. Anyway, there's just places to write. There's some tags for you to have more places to write. Here's a vellum page that I printed. It's poinsettia. a pretty doily. Oh come, let us, oh come all you faithful, and that's song sheet. Here's a corner pocket with some trim on it. This is printed on Red River canvas, I believe. That's why it's so pretty. Again, I printed on page. Here's, I sprayed Lindy's, some Lindy's and some P.H. Martin sprays, and I used Glimmer Mist. If I used P.H. Martin, they weren't shiny or sparkly, so I did Glimmer Mist over the top of those. Here's the center of the first signature. There's a card and a tag, a large tag, and a pretty church photo. There's hearts on a string, and there on this pocket there's also some trim. Some people gathering. Looks like they're singing Christmas carols maybe, or just visiting. There's some deer in the snow. And here's a page from the kit that I thought was so pretty that it would be nice for journaling spots, so I used it that way. There's the other sprayed, and there's parchment with some printed on bells, or a bell. There's a nice journaling spot that Yvonne included in one of the kits. Vellum, the other side of that vellum sheet has got the green. Then there's a couple of tags that are in the spine. Here's a large tag within a belly band, gosh. And it says, "Oh come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord." And peace on earth here. There's the other side of the Silent Night. And here's a little up-tuck spot. It says, "Come, let us adore him." That's kind of the theme running through it. Little tags. That's the end of the first signature, the beginning of the second. And there's a pocket. There's family gathered round the table. Some people standing outside, whether they're singing or just visiting, I don't know. This one's definitely caroling. And it says, "Oh Holy Night." And there's scripture. Well, there's songs from their song. It's a song, lyrics from a song. "For unto us a child is born." And then "Away in the manger." I'm sorry, I'm stumbling through my words. I am tired tonight. Here's a vintage Christmas trees. I love this. This is a page from one of the kits. There's a pretty doily. Look at the birds, songbirds or some kind of birds, so pretty. Here's another belly band with some birds on it, and a stopper. And here's a vellum envelope, and it says, "This is where my story begins." So there's a card for you to write on. This one, I loved this one. This has got some green and some gold. The center of the second signature. Over here we've got some tickets and a card from the kit stuck in there. And then there's an envelope from the kit. It's a beautiful envelope. It's printed on, I printed it on Sam Nina. Now, I didn't do any stamping. I left this for you because I thought whoever purchases it, let them either stamp or put on here what they want. And that's why you won't see any stamping in this book either, because I thought I'm going to leave that to do for you to figure out what you want to do with this book. There's a card in this. There's a pretty little girl angel. Over here is a little card, if I can get it out. Uh-oh. I didn't make it a tag, and that might have been a mistake. Let me get it this way, be easier. It can be gotten. It's just getting it. I pushed it down too far. There we go. It's a pretty church in the snow. So there's that, and that's all fixed up. And then back here is a picture that I've printed on Red River canvas. Thought that was a beautiful image. Some more of the spraying. Here's a street scene of people singing carols. I loved this image. I found this, some artwork. I look up, what I do is look for public domain artwork, and I thought that was beautiful of Mary and the Child. Now, this is a GT project for Laura at the Papered Soul. So here's one of her coin envelopes, and it's decorated on the outside, and then on the inside is this little card, and this is also printed on Red River. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful image, if you can see that, I hope. As is that. Okay. Some more of that. Here's a corner pocket that is also a flip, a Rita Donnelly flip. It's got some cording on there and an image from the kit. There you go. So we have a card and another card that I added to it, and that has a scripture. And then this I left in as well so that you can just do what you want with it. Here's a vellum envelope with a beautiful snow scene and a couple walking in the snow. Here's the other side of that song sheet. There's some more printed page on there. There's another pocket, and there's a little pocket here. I meant to put it in there, so there, that goes in there. And then here's a candle. That's the end of the second signature, and on to the third. There's a pretty pocket with a couple walking in the snow, a couple of deer, and it looks like a church back there. It says Joyful Christmas. There's a tiny little tag, and then a bell over a church. These are amaryllis right here. And there's Oh Holy Night. Here is it's a tuck spot back here, or a belly band, however you want to, whatever you want to call it. There's a sheet for journaling, and then on top of it is a pocket that Yvonne put in the kit, and it says Joy to the World, just like the pocket says. A couple of tags, another beautiful vellum sheet, that flannel looking red and dark red, I guess. And here's another manger scene, and there's a place to journal. Here's another Rita Donnelly flip with joy on it and some fibers. Here's a Rolodex card. I left the writing space on the back for you. That's been decorated. Here's a card from the kit. And these are a couple of new things I put in my shop. I have Christmas ones and any time of the year vintage perpetual calendars available in my new Etsy shop on my website. I also have a regular Etsy shop as well. Okay, here's some printing, and here's some spraying. And here we have a belly band with a vellum envelope. Inside we have a card from the kit, one of the kits. And then over on this side, these are some little images from the kit, one of the kits. And she's printed on Red River canvas, and some angels singing or just doing something. Okay, and there's a printed on the parchment. I set that in there, and I was going to attach it, so I don't know what I'll do with it. I'll for sure give it to you. Oh, come let us adore him. Some angels. There's another piece of vellum page. Okay, so here's a card that I created, and these are made out of file folders, heavy-duty file folder. And a pretty pocket, lace. Here's a tuck spot that I created on a page that's printed on parchment. This again is an image that I just love. So sweet. This little boy in his nightshirt. And it's printed on Red River canvas, so it's really a beautiful image. That's the end of that signature, so we're on to the fourth one. Here's a pocket. It's got a little Christmas wish on it, that you can journal on. On this side, there's a card with baby Jesus and the dove hovering above his head, or above him. And over here is a little tag from Laura's shop. I used one of the tickets, put some threads on it. I just loved that, so I thought that was sweet. Song sheet, page from my stash, and some tags. Another sheet of vellum, and a pretty doily. A snow scene. Here's a little, this is a glassine envelope from Laura's shop, and I put a ticket on the front, and then I put this tag, or card, Peaceful Christmas Be Thine. Here's a little glassine envelope, and inside I put this journal was handmade by me for whoever wants to buy it. There was no place to put any of those kind of things that I usually put on the front and back cover, so I thought, well, I'll just stick them in pockets. Here's a large tag on the back. Here's the center of the fourth signature. There's a large tag here with a scripture on it. It says Merry Christmas there, and there's a nativity scene or a manger scene. I always have trouble getting stuff in this pocket. I'll leave it out for now. Anyway, it can go in. You just have to be patient. Little angels and a little ticket in this little side pocket right here. Some trim on it. I did a lot of Martha Stewart edge punching in this. And then in this pocket is one of the, I think Clemmy came up with this, or no, maybe it was Gail Agostinelli. It's a Gail Agostinelli, but then it's Clemmy added to it. So here's the picture. There's the same picture as on the front. There's lace on the edges to keep it sturdy. And then you open it up, and Clemmy added the parchment. Well, she added paper, or coffee dyed paper. I added parchment. And there's 4 cards, index-like cards. Only the first one. This one says memories, and the rest is blank. The rest are blank. And then in the other side are some other ones. This one says notes, and the rest are blank, and those have holly on them. So that'll be in there. Beautiful. I loved this one. Lined page. The other side of the vellum, the tags. Here's a little tuck spot with a tag made with, or a card made with a heavy-duty file folder. And the part that's holding that in, you flip it over, and in there is a couple of little cards for you to journal on, or you can take them out and use something else. Joy. And here's a pretty little image I found online. I loved it. And so I made it a little tuck spot for this card. And it has a scripture on it. And then this is a guest check from Laura's shop. And so I fussied it up and put another nativity scene. It says, Bright Be Your Christmas. So these are, many of them are vintage Christmas cards that I used. So there you got journaling space there as well. Last page, journaling space there. Something could go here, a photo or whatever. Okay, this journal will be and is available in my on my website. The link will be below. All the stats about the kits that I used will be down below. If you have any questions, please never hesitate to send me a note through Etsy or through my website. There's a place to contact me through the website, and you can ask there. So I hope you all have a very blessed Christmas and a happy new year ahead. This may be my last journal for a while, as I'm going to have to pack up everything now because we're having floors put in after the holidays, and I'm going to have to pack up my computer and all my craft supplies and everything, because everything has to be moved out of the room that's getting the floors put in. So I'll see you when I see you again. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye now.